Sorry, that wasn't intentional. Yeah, I didn't check that one. So yeah, I've started the recording and
Okay, cool.
good to go. So I think today the other moderators will be joining me pretty soon, but for the time being, we can proceed. And I'm
Okay.
happy to have you all to myself. So that's also uh, anyway. So Naomi, Osei, welcome to the Creators Connect chat here on Telegram. I think
Okay,
this is
yeah.
our fifth episode, and I'm just on your channel. You have just 12 videos, but you've already passed the 1,000 subscriber mark, and you already also have met with some of the big names here in Ghana. You've met with Maya, you've met Vanessa. You're already a star here in Ghana. Thanks for joining us.
I think that's going too far. Let's not characterize it like that. I'm not a star by any stretch of the
Well,
imagination.
thanks for joining us on this episode. So, basically, this talk is created for content creators here in Ghana to ask questions and share ideas and hopefully connect with content creators as well, and hopefully maybe collaborate and create content together. So in
Okay.
line with that, we will be having Naomi Osei here, who is a content creator on YouTube and shares her experience related to her move to Ghana and all of that. That's what we basically want to talk about today. So the lessons she'll be sharing is specifically her lessons and her personal experiences. So the things he will share is basically what has worked for her. It might not necessarily work for your journey. So the goal is to, hear her experience and see how we can adapt it to our use cases. So if she uploads at 5 p.m., don't try and upload at 5 p.m. There is no rule saying that would also work for you. So I think on Telegram here, if you want to, be part of the conversation and ask a question or add an input, you can tap the microphone icon to raise your hand up, and then one of the admins will put you on. So with that out of the way, welcome once again, and hooray for reaching 1,000 subscribers. How does that feel?
Oh, we are so excited. I remember in the night before we did it, I said to my children, oh, I want to try and catch when it's at 999 and take a screenshot. And then when it hits 1,000, take another screenshot so we can do a video with it. But I slept right through. I slept right through. I've said in the group before coming to Ghana, I was a night owl. I could stay up all night. I was totally fine. But coming to Ghana, I can't stay up. So now I have to sleep. So
Okay.
yeah, I can't stay up late anymore. So we missed what I wanted to capture, but we're just excited because we didn't think it would happen so quickly. We started our channel in August of 2021. And so yeah, we were really excited.
Wow, that's
when
just recent.
Yes. We're fresh. We're brand new to this, and I think the more we talk during this conversation, is that you will hear that a lot of it I'm making it up as I go along. I'm not a very technical person, and so I'm just doing my best and doing what I think would work. And so it was great to have that validation that people are genuinely interested to hear what we have to say, that they're interested to look and see what's going on with my crazy family. So that's definitely been, it's felt wonderful, really, really exciting. My children are over the moon. They are very excited. But it's probably best for everyone that they do not come and join me today to have this conversation, because we'll end up fighting. So
wow,
but yeah,
that's
we're
great.
very happy. We're happy.
So that is a great milestone in just 3 months, and I think that means that people are connecting with the content you are creating. So let's step back a bit. And who is Naomi Osei? Like, who are you?
Do you know something? It's only in very recent, probably only this year, that I would actually, in a more public forum, go by my full name. Usually, my brand that I built prior to starting YouTube, prior to being in Ghana, was Naomi Empowers, because I was all about empowering others. I am a management consultant, a public speaker, a coach, and a corporate trainer. And so I would do a lot of work under that brand, Naomi Empowers. Yeah, so that's my professional background. So I speak for a living. I spend all my time, all day, every day, on platforms, like Zoom or Microsoft Teams, speaking and training corporates, or coaching leaders, training in management, and coaching speakers. People do come to me who are interested in learning how to speak better, or how to sharpen their public speaking skills or their presentation skills. I train managers and leaders in the top 100 companies in the UK. So that's what I spend my time doing. Aside from that, I'm a mum. I have 2 children. I have a 7-year-old son by the name of Aaron, also Kwabena, and a 9-year-old daughter called Rianne, also Abena. So I have 2 Tuesday babies.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, with this background in coaching and teaching and basically talking, that means YouTube is definitely something like it's just within your ballpark, because talking and sharing stories and ideas is something you do as your background. And so what led to the decision to come to YouTube? Like, and when you came to YouTube, why traveling to Ghana and lifestyle videos and not related to your corporate background? How did you land on making videos the way you are making it now?
In all honesty, it was my children's idea. It was nothing to do with me. My children, how this generation, they are absolutely crazy about YouTube. And my children right now they're watching the television, but they're watching YouTube on the TV. And so when when I told my children that I wanted us to relocate to Ghana, they asked me, "Mummy, can we start a YouTube channel?" And I just thought, oh gosh, I don't think I want to, because I don't want to be uploading content and editing, and I don't want to do all of that. But they said, oh, please, please, please. And they're telling me all these different channels that they watch. And so I said, only if you all are going to be on it as well. They said yes. And so we decided that we would document our journey moving to Ghana. And it's something that I've wanted, in terms of relocating to Ghana, it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And so it just made sense that, okay, we've got something new and exciting to talk about. So let's do it. And so that's exactly the reason why we started it. I can't take the credit. It was my children's idea. The children said they want to start YouTube.
Basically, your kids are your directors and your producers all combined.
Oh yes, they are.
It's left for them to for you to hand over the laptop to them so that they can edit your videos fully. Assuming they are not already doing that.
Well, I can't wait for them to be able to get to the point where they can. My daughter is quite similar to me. So she has the eye and she has the ear. And so she will give me ideas about what to do. And then she will sit next to me as I'm editing, and she will want to know how and what. So they're coming along. So I'm hoping in maybe a year or two, they will be able to take over from me, and I will just be able to relax and watch them do their thing.
Wow, that's exciting. Currently, your most viewed video on your channel was about your meltdown and moving stress.
Yes.
So what has been the experience in a nutshell moving to Ghana, and what are some of the differences you've realized when it comes to both cultures or both environments and both countries?
Overall, it's been incredible. I'm so happy here. All my friends that I speak to, they tell me that I'm glowing, and I say yes. The sun kissed me very much. I love Ghana. I love being here. I love the sunshine. I love going to the beach. I love also being in an environment where I am not the minority. And it's so wonderful to see people who look like me every day doing incredible things. So that's really, really encouraging. The move was stressful because I decided to do it in 1 month. So I decided in July and I moved in August. So that I put myself under tremendous pressure. So if I were to go back and do things differently, I would not I would not have done it in 1 month. But other than that, it's been amazing. I've kind of taught my children to see everything as an adventure. So it's just another adventure. We're having fun. It's exciting, and so I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Some of the differences. Okay, so one of the things that my children have had to get used to is everyone saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Yes.
In England, it's not like that. In England, you mind your own business. You don't look to the left.
Yes.
You don't look to the right.
Yes.
You don't talk
Yes.
to anyone. You know, if you're on the train, you keep your head in your newspaper reading, and you don't make eye contact. You don't greet. So that's one of the big differences. School starts very early here. I am not an early bird at all. That is the only thing I'm still struggling with. The early morning rising, that's not for me at all. I like to sleep. And what's the other thing? The traffic. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The traffic. Yeah, that's been an adjustment. But you know, we're adapting, we're getting used to it, and there's no regrets. We still love it.
Yeah, with time you'll get used to. I remember a story of one of our teachers who also didn't get the time right when he went to UK and missed the train because the daylight savings. So these are things that with time you get used to. I'm sure you're already used to the sunlight. How hot
I love it.
is. Yeah.
Love
you
it.
Love it.
I love it.
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Well, that's great.
It's a big reason why I'm here. And another reason I'm here is because I really want my children to be fully immersed into their culture. I think it's important for our children, especially for those of us in the diaspora, to develop a love for home. My father is a Ghanaian and my mother is from the Caribbean. So growing up, there was no one at home for my dad to speak the language to. So we didn't pick up the language. And I remember I was so upset. My sisters and I used to beg my dad, please teach us, teach us. He would always say he doesn't know it, he can't speak it. But then when he's with his Ghanaian friends or family, he's not speaking English. So he was just too lazy to teach us. But for me, I want my children to learn. And I want to learn properly as well. So that's another thing. It's that immersion into our culture, to develop a love for it. I want my children to know where they come from and be proud.
Well, with time, since they are on the ground here in Ghana, they'll all pick up, including yourself.
Yes.
Maybe a video idea, you make an entire video speaking only Tree. It will be fun. We will laugh at you a lot, but that's an idea you can work on in upcoming months. Anyway, but to your starting with YouTube. So some content creators, what they do, like Headless and others, they actually, like Shagboy mentioned, he spent weeks sat down and actually learned their way when it comes to how to succeed on YouTube and how to make videos that people would want to watch. In your case, what was your starting process like? Did you also take a deep dive, sit down, learn, and figure out editing, posting, and those stuff?
Nope. I just dove straight in. We made the decision. I think it was August the 4th we started our channel. We made the decision probably the day before that, and we just got on with it straight away. For me, I'm very much, I have a, you know, in terms of my professional career, I also have a background in marketing. So I have a few ideas about, you know, how to attract people, how to make people interested, how to keep, and then obviously, you know, my work as a speaker, I worked as a lecturer. So I have an idea of how to attract and how to hold my audience. So I just figured we'll figure it out as we go along. And so I think if I took that approach of studying first, I probably would never do it. I know me. And what worked for me was getting straight into it and not overthinking the process, because I'm a perfectionist at heart, which would mean rather that I would spend a lot of time wanting to be perfect and never doing anything. So I know me. So knowing myself, I figured the best thing is to just get started. And that getting started, and people then expecting videos, because I told people we're going to share videos every week. So now there's accountability, because if I don't post a video, I'm embarrassed.
Yes.
Because I have said something. Yes. I've said I'm going to do something, and I have not followed.
End of the bargain.
Exactly. So this is why I just went straight in, and I didn't bother to try to figure it all out. I figured I would learn as I go along, and I will improve as I go along also, because I believe you cannot improve on nothing, but you can improve on something.
Yes.
So you can't, if you have nothing there, you can't make it better. But if you have something, you can learn from the mistakes, you can improve.
And gradually improve upon
Yes. And so that's the approach that has been working for me. It's not for everyone, but that's what I'm finding success with.
So in your 3 months, 4 months of being on YouTube, what are some of the things you've learned along the lines in with your channel? Have you tried clickbait, titles and thumbnails? Have you? What are some of the things you've learned along the lines starting with your YouTube?
The most important thing that I have learned, or should I've confirmed, people love drama. So you said the most viewed video on my channel is me talking about my meltdown. There is a reason for that. People like drama. They want to know what is going on. When something is bad and it looks like it's terrible, that's when they want to watch. That's when they want to see. And so that's probably the biggest lesson that I've learned. And so it's made me think about my approach in using titles. So when I think the least viewed video on my channel is something about my children, what to bring to Ghana.
Yes.
Although there is some interesting information in there, people are not interested in it because it's not juicy. There's no gossip in there. You can't find out what's happening in someone's life that isn't positive. And so what I've learned, people like drama. That's what they like.
Yes. Well, that is a good lesson. And I think using that to your advantage can also help. And I know for sure that headless, is it good now?
Yes, I can hear you well.
Great. So I think using some of those drama approach to your advantage can help in improving your view count and clickbaiting here. So what do you think of clickbait? And do you plan on using it to your advantage in some of your future videos?
I think I don't like the term clickbait. Because I'm a straight up person. With me, what you see is what you get. I know, of course, there are some tactics one should employ when they're trying to attract viewers, but I don't want to develop a reputation for people coming to my channel because they think they're going to get something and they get something else in between, something else. I would rather that, you know, there's an expectation and I'm able to meet your expectation or exceed your expectation, but I don't want to underwhelm my viewers. I don't want them to think I've got something really juicy and interesting, but then it's something boring. So clickbait, no, but I will maybe use a bit of a teaser to try to attract people. In the same way that I talked about my meltdown, that was the truth. I did have a meltdown, but I think it was the way that I packaged it that made it appealing to people. So I think going forward, that is the approach I'm more likely to use rather than clickbait. When I think of clickbait, I think of people, and maybe this is the wrong perception, but I think of people putting things in their titles that are misleading. I don't want to deceive my audience. I'm not trying to do that. And maybe that means that I'll grow at a slower pace because of it. But I'm okay with that. I didn't expect to have hit 1,000 subscribers in 3 months. I thought it would be a long time. So I'm happy to be authentic and be genuine and grow with people who actually want to know what's going on.
Being genuine on the channel too is super important so that you can connect with your audience as much as possible. How do you come up with the videos to create? What is the thought process behind coming up with the videos you create?
Oh gosh, honestly, I think I'm going to disappoint so many people because there isn't like a well thought out strategy. This week I'm going to do this, and this week I'm going to do that. I generally have 2 themes that I go with. So one of the videos isn't only one of at the moment is I call it diaspora discussions, and this is when I'm interviewing people who have also made the move from the diaspora, whether it's from the UK or from the US. Now, so that is one type of content that I will create, and I've been very intentional about that. And it's because I speak to a lot of people my friends in the diaspora, and they would love the idea of moving back to Africa, but they ask the question, how can you do it? How is it possible? And so I don't only want to share my experience, I would love to share the experience of others so that other people can get inspired as to how they can do it. So I've only done one of those episodes because I fell ill. And I talk about that in one of my videos as well. I think I talk about a medical procedure. Yeah, that's it. My first medical procedure.
Yes, I remember that one.
Yes. So I was out of action. Probably, I don't know how people record themselves when they are in pain or when they are sad, because you see, when I was not well, I was crying. And I did not want the camera near me at all. So that's a side note. But so aside from that, so I've got more interviews lined up, and I will be doing that type of content. And as well, I'm just talking a kind of a vlog style, talking about my experiences in Ghana. And I just think about if I was in the UK right now, considering moving to Ghana, what would I like to see? What would I like to hear? And that's really all I think about when it comes to creating the content that we are creating. I try to put myself in the minds of the viewers. I'm targeting a specific audience. My content is not for everyone. You see, in marketing, if you attempt to speak to everyone, you are speaking to no one. So I have a very specific picture of the person or the people that I am targeting. And it is people in the diaspora who are thinking about or toying with the idea of moving to the motherland. And so I think about their pain points, the things that they are questioning, and I try to preempt and answer those questions. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. And I think creating content along those lines ties in very well with to the motherland, the channel, and regarding your experience in moving over here to Ghana. One other thing I want to ask is, do you see yourself as only promoting Ghana in the best light, or you are going to go unbiased and say it as it is?
I'm so happy you asked that question. I tell people all the time, I am here to talk about my experience in Ghana, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We've had some drama here, and so I will speak openly about it. Also, I think it is quite dangerous for us to create, from us who are from the diaspora, to create a romanticized view of what it is in people moving to Ghana. If other people move here or to any parts of Africa, I hope that they stay, but they can only stay if they come prepared with their eyes wide open. I do not want to put on a rose-tinted lens to share the experience in Ghana, because I tell people all the time, when people see me out here and they think, oh, it's so lovely, I say, listen, this place will frustrate you. I am, you have to have patience to be here because it doesn't operate the same way that we may be used to living in the UK or living in the US. And so the answer to my question is, to your question rather, is no, I'm not going to only paint things in a positive light. I'm going to tell the truth. And my truth is that some days it's great and some days it's not. But I'm also going to talk about, and I am going to be sharing, how I have overcome the challenges. Even in my
Of
interviews,
course.
when I'm speaking to
Yeah.
people, I ask them, what's the greatest challenge you faced in moving to Ghana? And when they tell me their challenge, I then ask them, and how did you overcome it? And so that people can see that there is hope and that there is a way of navigating this. So for example, light off, I can't, for the work that I do, I cannot afford it. Honestly, my work depends on me being able to be consistently online. I am speaking to you now with the knowledge that any moment the power can go.
Yes, and normally you don't want to say it out because immediately you say it and the ECG hears it, they will turn it off. So immediately
Exactly.
that thought comes to your mind. You keep it to yourself, and then you sigh. Immediately you
But
see it, and they say walls have ears. So immediately
yes,
the wall hears it, ECG hears it. Your light to go off. It
but then here's the
happens
thing.
so many times.
I'm sure it does. But so for me, what have I done? Have I seen that as an obstacle I cannot overcome? No. So we have an inverter in the house. When I'm
Oh,
working and I have to be on, I switch from the ECG to the inverter running on the batteries so that even if they switch off the power, it's fine. I can
yeah,
still be online. I can still do my work. And so I will tell
yeah,
people, this is how I overcome the challenges. And if I can overcome
yeah.
it, you can overcome it too.
That's really smart in terms of your, because I'm sure like ECG will be very angry knowing that you found a way around.
I
I'm
think
sure
challenges are
some.
there to be overcome.
Oh yes, and they really probably don't like it when people overcome. Anyway, um, so how long are you going to be in Ghana? We hear some from the diaspora. They come and they make content about Ghana, and after some time, they make all the views they want. Hopefully, they make their money alongside, and then they leave. So when are
Yes,
you leaving?
that's a great question. I addressed this in we did a Q&A on the channel. We did a living in Ghana for 1 month, or 1 month update or something like that, where I put out on my Instagram, because we're at, on Instagram, we're at To the Motherland as well. And I asked people, I put up, ask us anything. We're going to be doing a Q&A on the channel. So people sent us questions, and that was one of the questions. How long will you be in Ghana? And so I said to people, I told them the truth. I came. So yeah. So I came to Ghana with 1 month's notice. So I wasn't. It wasn't like it was a long plan and we knew we were going to be here forever. It was a 1 month notice. We decided to come, and I had spoken with my partner. We had talked about coming to Ghana maybe in a few years' time, and I said to him, you know something, I'm fed up. I'm fed up with all the drama, what's happening in the UK. I need to get out now. Do you mind? So I'm here with just myself and my children for now. And I understand that if for some reason, so for example, my daughter fell ill, she could not breathe. I had to take her to the hospital. If the doctors or the hospital that they didn't have what I needed to make sure my daughter would be well, I would be on a plane back to England to make sure that she gets the care that she needs. So the way that I'm seeing it is I'm here at the moment because I love it and I want to be here. My partner is coming over for Christmas along with my parents. Everyone, the whole family is coming for Christmas, and I'm waiting for my partner to give me the green light to say yes, we can make this our base. If he says yes, then I'm here. I'm here for as long as possible.
Mm.
But if he says no, and I can't imagine him saying no, but if he doesn't feel that we can make it work, then I won't be here, and that's just the
Okay.
reality of the situation.
Mm.
But I will, the UK is where I was born. I've spent most of my life. I will go back and forth. So
I think that
so
is.
I'm going back. So I'm going to go back in April, but then I'm coming back again. You know, I have to pop to the UK because I have some business to take care of. I'm going to be gone for a week, and I'm coming back. So I will be back and forth. But my plan is to make Ghana my base, and I can then travel anywhere in the world anytime I want to. But I want to make this home.
Well,
So I
that's
hope that answers
great.
your question.
Perfectly answered my question. I think that is a realistic answer and very satisfactory to me. That is very clear. I think Paul Ayumi has a question for you. So Paul, you can enable your microphone and ask your question. Anyway, I think he will come back to join. So currently, what is your video shooting setup like? Do you have two red
my question
helium
was,
sensors with
are you working a 9 to 5?
shooting in
Are you working
6K?
a normal job and doing
Paul,
YouTube
you are
on the
here.
side? And if so, how are you able to manage? How are you able to handle doing? How are you able to manage doing YouTube and that 9 to 5?
Paul, that's a great question. The answer is yes. I do work a 9 to 5. I still work in the UK, but because of the pandemic and the remote working, I work online. So I work from Ghana, but I work in the UK. So all my clients are in the UK. How do I make it work? It's that, you know, people often ask me the same thing. How do I make it work raising 2 children? How have I come to Ghana with 2 children by myself? You just do it. I just get on with it. And I don't put a lot of pressure on myself to have a strict posting schedule. So for example, if you're looking for someone who is posting every Thursday at 5 o'clock, that's not me. I post when I can. So that means I will shoot my content when I can, and I will. So I make it work around me. YouTube does not pay me 1 penny. I'm not monetized as yet. I'm not.
I was
Therefore,
about to come to that. That after your 1,000 subscribers, where is the party happening? Because
I don't have 1 penny from
we need
YouTube.
to go and pop some champagnes.
No, not yet. Or we can do it in faith in advance. But in fact, let me see my numbers to see how many hours I have. Let's see. YouTube.
So once you pull that up, I think you answered Paul's question, right? Paul, I think your question was answered, right?
I hope so. Paul, you do tell me if I have not answered in a satisfactory manner,
Yes,
then let me know.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Okay,
You're
great.
welcome.
So currently, I mean, once you look for the numbers, how do you shoot your videos? What is your setup like? Do you have lights, action with your daughter and son being the director of photography on set, somebody holding the what do you call it, the microphones here and there? Like, how is your setup like?
Okay, so when I'm doing like my vlog style videos, when I talk about my meltdown in Ghana, I do have lights. I brought my lights from the UK, but I didn't bring my lights for YouTube. I brought my lights because for my work, I need to, you know, I need to have, I've got my 2 monitors. I have to be well lit when I'm presenting to these corporates. And so I use the same setup for when I'm doing YouTube. The only difference is I have a little tripod. I put my camera on the tripod, or sometimes I use my phone and I will hold it, or I will put it on the tripod and record. I don't have a fancy setup. However, when I'm doing my interviews, the diaspora discussions, then, you know, a friend of mine has a studio. I hire in the camera. What's it? I can't even remember what it's called. It's a fancy camera. I can't remember what it's called. It shoots in 4K. And that's what I do. And so, yeah, I'm not a very technical person. I haven't come to this with thousands and thousands of pounds worth of fancy kit. I did buy a drone when I was in the UK, but it's still in the box. I brought it to Ghana. It's still in the box. I have never used it. So, you know, I've got big ideas, big visions, but to Paul's question, because my time is often so short, I haven't done as much with it as I perhaps should. But maybe one day soon, when I get more settled, and maybe when YouTube starts giving me some money, then I'll be able to invest in someone to help me with all these things. Kofi, I found it. Shall I share my screen to show people?
Yes, I think you can share your screen from your end, and hopefully nothing else we are not allowed to see is on the screen, just like you gave us an exclusive.
Can everyone please keep that quiet? Because honestly, I've got no, that is not, oh dear, I cannot believe I said that out loud. It's not supposed to be.
I can cut it out from the video.
Yes.
Okay, we'll try my best to pull it out.
Oh, it won't. Okay, it won't do it because it says I have to quit and reopen because I haven't given the permission. So what I would I'll do, if I take a screenshot and I can send it to you, then maybe you can share it.
Yes. I think I will be able to do that from my end here. So yeah,
okay,
how do you also edit your videos? What software do you use? Do you edit on your phone or on your PC?
So I use, and I'm maybe a little bit embarrassed to even tell you this, but it's the truth. I've just been using iMovie. That's how I've done every single video. I've done it on iMovie. So yeah, I use iMovie. That's it.
Well, iMovie works. They say if it works, don't change it. So as long as iMovie is working for you for your use case, I think that is fine. And you are not the first and last person to use iMovie as well. So you taught yourself how to use it, right?
I did.
Did you have any prior knowledge with editing, or it's all something you had to learn using the YouTube University?
No, again, I'm not the type to sit down and try to learn something. I will just dive in and give it a go and see how it goes. And so that's very much what I did. I was creating some. I was doing some YouTube things for my mother. My mum runs a school. She runs a private school in West London, in the UK. And when I was doing her marketing, I was creating videos on YouTube for her. And so I would be messing around on iMovie, not knowing what I'm doing, learning as I go along, making it up as I go along. And that's how I learned. I just taught myself. I just tried.
Well, that's pretty interesting. And I'm sure as time goes on, you'll be picking up new editing skills and get new ideas. I'm sure eventually.
I've been introduced to Final Cut Pro, but I'm looking for, where is this Ghanaian? I can't see him. He said he's going to teach me, but I'm still waiting for the first lesson. So if someone has his number, call him and tell him he needs to come here and answer why he has not yet taught me.
Well, that is a good call out, and we will follow up with that to ensure he teaches you. For me, I'm always available if you want to learn DaVinci Resolve instead. I don't want to touch Final Cut and even Premiere Pro with a kilometer pole. So those are there. I think I have the image on screen now. Let me quickly see if I can share it.
Please, we will learn Premiere Pro on Saturday. Don't mind Kofi.
Oh, we were going to learn. Great. Oh, thank you.
Are you able to see my screen?
I am.
Okay, great. So you want to explain the numbers?
Okay, so we have 3,123 watch hours. So I'm not a mathematician. If any mathematicians out there can tell me how many more hours I need, I would be very, very grateful. And we have just gone past 1,000 subscribers. We're at 1,010, it looks like. So yeah, that's where we're at.
Great. That's a lot of progress in the short time you've been on YouTube. So stopping the sharing now. And so considering your short stay on YouTube at the moment, how do you get people to talk to? How do you connect with the people you want to interview? And how does one get to be interviewed?
So I will answer that. I've just seen It's KB says 877 hours more. Yes, if that's what you say, then I believe you.
Mathematicians in the building.
Thank you. So sorry, what was the question? Look at my brain.
So
say that again, please.
About how you how you connect with people to interview on your channel. I know it's an early stage interview content you are looking to create. But so far, how has the experience been, and are there any difficulties you are facing regarding getting people to talk?
So I haven't had a shortage of people to talk to. The shortage has been my time. Again, like I mentioned to Paul, I do work full time. I have quite a demanding role. And because I spend all day talking, sometimes I don't want to talk anymore. So sometimes I just think, oh, I don't want to conduct an interview. I don't want to talk. But I'm quite a bold person. I will approach anyone. I will ask anyone anything. So if I see someone, if I hear from someone, if I get my eyes, I will find a way to connect with them and just ask a question, because the worst that you can tell me is no. That's how I feel. The worst that you can say to me is no. Get out of my face. I don't want to talk to you. And you know what? If you tell me that, it's not going to kill me. No problem. On to the next. So I've got a long list of people who have agreed to be interviewed. Again, I'm looking to interview people who have moved from the UK or from the USA or from anywhere, have moved to Ghana to find out about their journey, their challenges, how they overcame those challenges, and if they would encourage others to do the same. So there's been no shortage of people to interview. It's just been my time. Generally, I'm not available to shoot during the week. Again, it's not like I've got my parents here. It's just myself and my children. I have to look after my children. So I usually, my evenings are quite tight. And so generally I only have the weekends to meet up with people to interview. If I am doing my own video, then I can do it at home anytime. But so that's really been the challenge, managing my time. But I'm hoping that it will get better, because I am looking to transition to do some business here in Ghana, which would then, I hope, free up more of my time in the day, so that I'm able to create more content during the daytime and be more flexible with my time.
Looking forward to more content coming from your side on to us. Do you currently have, your channel is new, but have you currently learned a pattern related to when it is best to post?
No.
Okay.
No, I've never posted on the weekend, just because I think, generally speaking, people will be quite busy on the weekend. So I do try to, I've looked at my analytics and I've seen the times that people are most on YouTube. But again, I don't think that's too important, because people will watch videos anytime. I've posted videos late at night. I've posted videos first thing in the morning, and I haven't noticed a huge correlation between the amount of views in the first 24 hours. I think good content just attracts people. I think once you have a good thumbnail, a title that attracts, a good description, I think people will watch if they're interested. And so that's what I've really focused my energy on more. Again, because of my schedule, I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to post every Monday or every Tuesday. But what I am trying to do going forward is increase the amount of times I post per week. I've been posting once per week. I want to increase it to 2 times per week. I will try. That's all I can say. I will try.
Looking forward to that. So let's say I want to collaborate with my star, my Naomi Osei. What is the process like? We keep asking this question. Who do I apply through? Is it what do you call it?
The children?
Or Ghana or Hairless?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if Nee wants to be my agent, my manager. He can. Danny, I don't know if I'm happy with him right now, because I don't see him here. It would have been him, because he's the only person that I've actually met from the group. No, but all jokes aside, just contact me. I'm not so far that, I don't think I'm bigger than I am. Send me a message, and if I'm available, or should I say when I'm available, I'll respond. You know, if people, you can hit me up on Instagram. You know, you can hit me up on Telegram, and yeah, I'm up for it. Why not?
Wow, that's great. So we are about wrapping up, and what are your final words or thoughts for anyone who is starting YouTube? And yourself, what are some of the things you would probably have done different if you were to restart everything all over again?
Okay, so what would I say to other people? I would say that when it comes to creating content, create content with a specific person in mind. What I like to do is something, you know, that's something that we talk about in business and in marketing, which is creating a buyer persona. And this is where we create a persona. I wonder if I can show you a picture of it. Let me see if I can find one to send to you. Maybe one day I should do a workshop on this, because I think it would be very helpful to many people.
Yeah, that is a video idea for your channel.
Well, and another thing, and just on a side note as well, I was speaking to Nia about this earlier, sometime during the week. I coach people when it comes to speaking. That's what I do. That's part of my work. And I would love to be able to pass on some of the knowledge and the skills that I have developed to my brothers and sisters in Ghana. So if there is enough interest and enough demand, I would love to be able to put on some workshops or some sessions for people who would like to learn how to overcome shyness, how to be able to speak with confidence in front of a camera or in front of an audience. If people are interested, that's something that I would absolutely love to do.
Yes.
Also, if people would be interested in doing exactly what I'm speaking about now, about creating a buyer persona for their channel, I would be happy to help teach people that as well. I'm going to send it to you again. Bear with me. This is probably not the best place to send it, but I'll send it here anyway. So a buyer persona is really where we try to capture on one page all the information that we could possibly need to know about our target audience. It's not enough to just know who your target audience is. It's really important to know them better than anyone else. And this is the way that you're then able to create content that specifically targets them, how you're able to understand what their challenges are, the difficulties that they face, what keeps them awake at night, what they're interested in, what platforms they go to be able to find their knowledge and their information. And so I would suggest that we take a more business approach to YouTube and treat YouTube like a business and not like a hobby. I went to business school. I did my MBA. I graduated at the top of my class. And one of the things that I learned about business is that if you treat your business like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby. But if you treat your business, if you treat YouTube or your business with enough respect and treat it like a business, then you will reap the rewards. And that's what I've done with my YouTube channel. I've treated it like a business. Therefore, in treating it like a business, it's not about what I like. It's not about what I want to do. It's about what my target audience, what my buyer persona is interested in. I want to know where they are. I want to know what they value, what is important to them, what are they afraid of, how old are they, where are they, so I can create and tailor my content to a specific person. But this persona that I'm creating represents hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. And so therefore, what I would say is do not be afraid to niche down. Many people are afraid to niche down because they think they're excluding people from their channel. But I would say that's the best thing to do, because if I was your business consultant and you were trying to create a business that was for everyone, I would tell you that's a sure way to fail. Instead, let's target a specific person and know everything that we need to know about them. And therefore, we'd be better equipped to be able to create content for that specific persona. And so that's the best advice that I think I can give anyone. I'm not here trying to create content for everyone. I am creating content for a specific person. That person who is in the diaspora, who is wanting to move to Ghana or to other places in Africa, but doesn't know how. So I'm answering that question of how. What solution or what question does your channel and your content answer? What solution do you provide to your viewers? And when you can get clear on that, I believe the path for you on YouTube will be very crystal clear. This is something that you can also apply to any business that you may be running also. Know who your customer is, know what you're serving, who you're serving, know if your product or your service, how it's the solution to their problems, and then get in their face wherever they are and just keep bombarding them with content. And that's the best advice that I could give. What would I do differently? Start sooner. I think that's what I would have done differently. I would have just started sooner. I don't look back on my journey with any regrets. I understand that it's a learning process and that I can get better with each iteration. Each video should be better than the last. And so the only thing that I should do differently is learn from the mistakes from a previous video and improve it going forward. And that's really all it is. So yeah, start sooner and continue to learn from all mistakes and keep trying.
Thank you so much, Naomi Osei, for joining us.
You're welcome.
We really appreciate your time. I think there are no more questions at the moment. We definitely enjoyed this discussion with you and hope to connect when you reach 100,000 soon. So, yes, we'll definitely connect once again when.
Then we'll be popping champagne. We'll be popping champagne.
By that time, it's champagne and a lot more. We'll be headed to maybe Kempinski. So
yeah, why not?
Anyway, thanks for joining us for this Creators Connect chat, and we really appreciate. We'll definitely keep in touch. And this video will be available after I edit the parts on YouTube pretty soon. So enjoy the rest of your evening and hope to get in touch some other time. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.